Prabhupada. A very beautiful opportunity for us to take out the Lord. Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gita that Sambhavami yuge yuge. In every yuga, he descends. For what purpose? Dharma sansthapanarthaya Sambhavami yuge yuge. He descends to re-establish dharma. That is not the only reason for which he descends. Krishna also says, apart from this, there is a greater purpose for which he descends. What is that? Apart from actually for re-establishing dharma, Krishna does not have to personally come. He can, any one of his incarnations can come, or he can send one of his messengers. The great acharyas are there. From time to time they keep appearing, like Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Srila Prabhupada himself. Such great acharyas keep appearing from time to time to re-establish dharma which people have forgotten. So Krishna does not really have to descend personally, but still he chooses to descend. Because there is another greater attraction for Krishna, which is Paritranaya Sadhuna. All the devotees, to protect them, Krishna comes. That is the greater attraction for Krishna to come to this material world. Okay, even protection of the devotees, Krishna does not have to personally come. Any of his, even material nature itself is so powerful. She can destroy all the Asuric people. The Asuric forces can very easily be destroyed by the material nature herself. We are seeing how one small virus, it brought the whole world to its knees in a very short span of time, especially in the beginning. The whole country, the whole world came to a standstill. Flights stopped, hotels became empty, offices became empty, people were not stepping out of their house. That was the situation for so many months. All because of one small virus. So you can see Krishna's material nature is so powerful. Even one small virus material nature unleashes, mankind will come down to its knees. The material nature is so powerful. We cannot control material nature. So that material nature is very capable of chastising all the demoniac forces. All those people who are atheists, who do not believe in the Supreme Lord, they can all be chastised very easily by his material nature. But then Krishna says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam sambhavami. He says, I descend for protecting the devotees, and in the process of protecting the devotees, in the natural course of protecting the devotees, Krishna says that I vanquish all the demons also. So, Krishna does not have to personally come to do this. Material nature herself can easily vanquish the demons and protect the devotees. But then, Krishna is so loving that he decides to personally come. One example is given that once one king was going on a vihara for a leisure time. He was going on a trip, on a picnic. So when going on the picnic, he took his family along. His queen and his one or two sons were there. He took them along. And of course, when the king is going, king doesn't go alone. So his whole retinue was there, his personal bodyguards, some ministers, some advisors, like that. The whole group, team went with him. And when we go on a picnic, where do we go? We go to some scenic place, some water body, like that. So the king also went to this nice lake. And there they spent some time. The children were playing around. The king was also enjoying the scenic beauty and all that. Then there was a boat there arranged for the king and his family. So they all got into the boat. You know, boat ride in a lake is very popular. Everybody likes, isn't it? Whenever we go on a picnic somewhere, if there is a lake or some river or something, we'll all definitely take a ride on that boat. So the king and his family got in personally, and there was one very confidential servant of the king. So he himself was rowing the boat, And the king's personal bodyguard was also there, and one minister was there. The boat was not a small boat. When we go on a boat, we'll go on a small boat. King means the boat is also big. It can accommodate a lot of people. So they were all going in the boat nicely, and slowly the boatman was also rowing. Gradually they were going on. And when they reached the middle of the river, the youngest son of the king, he was a very small boy. He was going around, looking around, he was very excited. And suddenly he went to the tip of the boat, and suddenly he fell over into the water. So when he fell into the water, what do you think was the reaction of the king? The king could have said, "Hey, bodyguard, jump in, save my son." Did he do that? No, he personally jumped into the water. The king's personal bodyguard is there. The minister is there. Any of them he could have told, "Hey, jump in and save my son." No. The king personally jumped in, pulled his son out, and took him back to the boat. So this behavior of the king, it is not surprising. It is natural. Why? Because the king loves his son so much. So he will not wait for any of his agents to come and save his son. He will personally jump in. Although his bodyguard, his ministers, all those people are very capable of doing that, protecting his son. But the king loves his son so much, he will not wait for anyone else. Likewise, Krishna also, he does not wait for material nature or any of his agents to protect his devotees. When his devotees are being harassed by the demoniac forces, Krishna personally comes. Although there is no need for him, but he loves his devotees so much, he personally comes to this material world and he protects the devotees. So this actually demonstrates the love Krishna has for all of us. Krishna loves each and every one of us. All of us are dear to Krishna. So now when we are drowning in this material world, why is Krishna not personally coming in our life? The point is that we also have to love Krishna and seek his protection like his devotees do. Just like when the king's son falls into the water, he does not know anybody else other than his father. He will not start shouting and calling out to the bodyguard or somebody else. He will start looking at the father only. He is totally helpless. He cannot think of anybody other than his father to protect him. So that is the stage of love we have to develop for Krishna. Just like when Draupadi was being insulted in that assembly of the Kauravas, she was dragged into that assembly by Dushyasana. And Dushyasana started pulling, tugging at her sari. And naturally, being a modest woman, Draupadi was holding on to her sari and she was crying out to everybody in the assembly, "Please protect me, please, somebody please protect me." She looked at her husbands. They were not in a position to protect her. She looked at the elders in the assembly, Dronacharya, Bhishma. She called out to them. Even they were not in a position to protect her. So Draupadi she thought, "I have to protect myself. Nobody is coming to my help." And she, with all her strength, she started pulling at the sari. But then, she is a frail woman. And Dushyasana is such a powerful, heavily built, muscular guy. What this Draupadi can hold herself against this Dushyasana? So she saw that she will not be able to protect herself. She cannot match Dushyasana's strength. So she held on to her sari and she thought of the only resource for her was Krishna. She started calling out to Krishna. But even Krishna did not appear. Now what to do? She realized now there is no other protection for me. So she gave up trying and she started thinking, what is this? I am holding on to my sari. How much can I protect myself against this Dushyasana? It's not possible for me. So until then, she was holding on. She was thinking, I will protect myself and I will call for Krishna. Krishna will come and protect me. Then she realized, I cannot do anything. What is my strength? So she gave up her her own attempt to protect herself, she lifted her arms and she started calling out, Krishna, Govinda. So all of you raise your hands. Krishna, 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 Krishna. So when Draupadi did this, totally gave up all her attempts to protect herself, totally depending on Krishna, then Krishna appeared. And after that, what happened? Dushasana kept pulling and pulling and pulling. He only got frustration, nothing else. Draupadi could not be disrobed. Unlimited amount of cloth was supplied. Much more than what Draupadi could ever think of. So, Krishna, when he sees the helpless, total dependence of his devotees upon himself, then Krishna will rush forward to protect us. Because why? Because Krishna says in the Bhagavad-gita, Ye yathamam prapadyante tams tathaiva bhajamyam. To the extent we to the extent we surrender to Krishna, to that extent he will protect us. If we hold on, if we have our own plans, our own designs, our own various schemes to protect ourselves, to take care of us, Krishna will say, okay, you try your best, balance whatever you are depending, your 10% you are depending upon me, 10% I will protect you. 90% you have your plans, you try. I will not interfere. Krishna respects our free will. He is not in some contemptuous thing. Oh, you are thinking you will protect yourself. Go try. That's not Krishna's mood. Krishna is in a mood of respect. Okay? You want to try yourself to protect yourself? Fine. You please try. If you need me, you call me. I'll be there, ready at every moment. So this is Krishna's expectation from all of us. So we have to give up our own various dependence upon our own intelligence, our own strength, our financial strength, our relatives, our friends, our various, the arrangements in the society, our position in the society, status, job, our wealth, all these things, we have built our dependence on all these things. And we think these things can protect us. But in reality, you look at when the pandemic struck, all the world leaders, such powerful countries, such powerful leaders, what could they do? Nobody could do anything. In fact, even the presidents and prime ministers of various countries also got affected by the pandemic. What they will protect the public? You see how it is? We think, the world with the most, the strongest army, the United States, their economic power is such that they will be able to protect everyone. They couldn't do anything. Lakhs of people died. They couldn't do anything. So all these things, we build up so much false hope on our money power, on our physical power, on our mental power, on our intellectual power, on our social status power. So many things we depend upon, thinking these things will protect us. But in reality, all of them will fail us. Especially when the time of death comes, nothing can protect us. Therefore, we have to learn to depend on Krishna. The more we depend on Krishna, the more Krishna will protect us. So, if we learn to depend upon Krishna, then we can expect Krishna will protect us. Then what will happen at the time of death? If we are able to remember Krishna and surrender to Him when we are leaving our body, Krishna will take us back to Godhead, where there is no more birth, death, disease and old age. We don't have to again suffer like in this material world helplessly. For that, to surrender to Krishna, what is required? We have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, simply by chanting Krishna's holy name, we will develop our surrender attitude towards Krishna. Krishna will be pleased and Krishna will protect us. So, the Supreme Lord Krishna has descended to bestow His compassion, His love upon all of us and to give us an opportunity to surrender to Him and go back to Godhead. So, the Lord personally descended 5,000 years ago. So it's not that Krishna is no more available, Krishna's mercy is no more available for us today. Today also, Krishna is present in the form of his holy name, and Krishna is present in the form of his deity, Archa Vigraha, who is worshipped in the temple. So, because Krishna has so much love and compassion in his heart for all the conditioned souls, the Supreme Lord, just like when he descends from his spiritual abode to this material world, he descended, he descended personally 5,000 years ago. Even today, Krishna goes from the temple to the outside of the temple to give his audience to the people who are not fortunate enough to come to the temple and take his blessings. So you see how merciful Krishna is, how loving Krishna is. Krishna is thinking, you are not coming to me, I will come to you. So Krishna comes personally to this material world, and in the form of his Archa Vigraha, he goes from the temple outside to be able to distribute his love and his compassion upon all the people who are caught up in this material world so much. We are so busy in our material duties that we have forgotten the main goal of the human form of life, to surrender to Krishna and to go back to Godhead. So to remind us, Krishna comes. So the whole motive of conducting a Shobha Yatra or a Pallaki Yatra or a Ratha Yatra is an expression of the the Supreme Lord Krishna's love and compassion for his part and parcel, all the living entities, and he comes out and gives his darshan. Just by seeing the Supreme Lord coming out on the Pallaki or on the Ratha, what happens? We become liberated and we become eligible to go back to Godhead. So, the opportunity accorded to all of us by the Supreme Lord, Krishna, we should all take advantage of this. And whenever the Supreme Lord goes out on this kind of Shobha Yatra or a Ratha Yatra or a Pallaki Yatra, all those people who participate in that Yatra, all those people who follow the Yatra, all those people who go in the front of the Yatra, all those people who sing the holy names of the Lord in such a Yatra. You see, whenever there is a Ratha Yatra or whenever there is a Pallaki Yatra, there will always be Kirtan accompanying. So all those people who sing along with the Kirtan, all those people who just have a darshan of the deity who has come out, all these people will get liberated and they will be able to go back to Godhead. So this is the wonderful, great opportunity given to all of us by the Supreme Lord in his Archa Vigraha. Krishna and his Archa Vigraha, his deity in the temple, are non-different. Krishna is there in the Supreme Abode, and Krishna is spread everywhere. Andantarastham paramanu jayantarastham. Krishna is present in each and every atom. He is there everywhere, all around us. And Krishna is there in his abode in the spiritual world. But can we see? We don't have access to that spiritual abode. We cannot even see beyond the sky in this earthly planet. We send so many satellites out in the orbit and they take so many pictures and come back. We don't know what pictures they are taking and whether, they are pictures of some other planet or something else, some asteroid, we don't know. Scientists are telling something, we are also believing. But in reality, nobody has gone and seen. It is not possible. Our eyes are so limited. So even this earthly planet, we cannot see everything on this earthly planet. So, but then the Supreme Lord is in his spiritual abode, which is far, far beyond this material manifestation. So we have no eyes to see that Supreme Lord in his abode. Okay, the Lord is spread everywhere. He is there in each and every atom. He is there in the heart of every living entity. He is in my own heart. But am I able to see him? I cannot see him. So then how to see that Supreme Lord? For that, the Lord descends as the Archa Vigraha, the deity in the temple. So the temple is a place where we can come and we can see the Supreme Lord with our limited material eyes. And we can derive the benefit of such a seeing of the Supreme Lord. Just by seeing that Supreme Lord, the deity form in the temple, if we come and see, if we see the arati of the Lord, when the arati is going on in the temple, if we sing and dance in kirtan before the Lord, what happens? We are able to perfect our human form of life, and Krishna will take us back to Godhead. That is the power of a temple, the spiritual power of the temple. So, sometimes people ask, God is there everywhere, why do you have to go to a temple? So, God is everywhere, but we don't have the eyes to see. Therefore, the Lord has very mercifully come to the temple in a place where everybody knows, if I go there, I can see the Lord. Comfortably we can go and we can see the Lord and we can come. So the Lord does not need a temple, but He comes to the temple because for us. We need the temple. We need the deity in the temple to be able to see Him, to be able to serve Him. We all get an opportunity to serve the Lord by offering arati, by offering foodstuffs, by offering sankirtan, by offering Him dresses to wear, by offering Him flowers, by all these things. Krishna gives us an opportunity to serve Him and purify ourselves. Just like when we went on the Shobha Yatra, so many people came with so many offerings, flowers, fruits, somebody brought some oranges, somebody brought some apples, somebody brought some dry fruits, somebody brought coconuts. So the Lord is giving an opportunity for us to serve Him. So all those people, if the Lord had not gone out on the Pallaki, they would never have offered those things to the Supreme Lord, Krishna. But Krishna, by going out, gave them an opportunity to offer those things to Him and become purified. So we become fortunate and purified by getting an opportunity to participate in the activities of the temple. So temples have a very, very important and crucial role to play in the society, to be able to give an opportunity for all of us to express our surrender to the Lord by offering whatever we have with us. Our abilities, if somebody has the ability to sing, he can sing in the front of the Lord. Somebody has got money, he can offer that. Somebody can cook nice things, he has got an ability to cook nicely, he can cook and offer nice food stuff to the Lord. So like this, we can engage all our possessions in the worship of the Supreme Lord. And by this, we can purify ourselves. We can purify ourselves of what? We can purify ourselves of the bodily concept of life. We are currently steeped in thinking that I am this body, which is not the reality. Krishna, in the Bhagavad-gita, that is the first illusion that Krishna breaks in his instructions to Arjuna. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. This is the actual first spiritual instruction that Krishna gives to Arjuna. What is that? Krishna first of all breaks the illusion in Arjuna's mind, so-called illusion in Arjuna's mind. Because Arjuna is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. He can never be in illusion. But he is taking the role of a normal person like all of us who are under the illusion that I am the body. So Krishna, first thing Krishna does is break that illusion. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara. In this very life, we go through different stages. We are born as infants, then we grow into young children, then we become youth, we become youthful, then we become middle-aged, stay like that for some time, and then we become old, and then we die. This is the general process everyone goes through. So when a person has grown into a youth, he is very young, good looking, all his body is in good health and strength. At that time, if we take a photograph of him when he was a small child and show it to him and ask, who is this? He will tell, this is me only, this is my photograph. But you compare the photograph and yourself now, how do you look? This child is about 2-3 feet tall, you are 5 feet, 5.5 feet, 6 feet tall. This child does not have any moustache, you are having a moustache. Nowadays beards have become very, the fashion. You are full of beard and you got long hair, this child is completely different. You are wearing a specs, this child is not wearing specs. So how can you say it is you? Arey no Baba, when I was a child I was like this, now I grown up. How can you expect me to be the same when I grow up? So your body when you are a small child looked completely different. Now when you are a young person, your body looks completely different. Okay, we accept that this photograph in which of a child that is there. It's your photograph only. So please, can you again show me that form of the child? Can you do that? Not possible. Arey, why? It is you only, no. Arey Baba, not possible. Over that child is a body I can never bring back. That is the point. The child's body you are given up. Now you have accepted a youthful body. Now few years, 20 years, 30 years down the line, you will give up this youthful body, you will accept an old man's body. When you are in the child's body, you would look at the mirror and what you would think? I am a child. And you will be waiting, when will I grow up? My parents, my father, my mother always controlling me. I want to play, my parents don't allow me. They always keep, bringing, when I go to play, my parents will bring me back and make me sit and study. I don't like to do all this. If I grow up, then I can be independent, I can do what I want. All of you have experienced this or not in your childhood? Yes or no? Yes, no. All of us are the same. So, that when we were in the child's body, we were thinking, I'm a child, I have to grow up. When I grow up and I become a youthful person, I think I'm a young man. I'm a young man. We look at the mirror, yes, this is me. When we become old, hair has become grey, if at all hair is there on the head, and all wrinkles on this one and all that. When we look at ourselves, we think, I've become old. I'm an old man now. So, what are you actually? You decide for yourself. No. Are you a child? Or are you a young man? Or are you an old man? Every other time, after a few years, you keep changing your identity. So, you decide for yourself what you are. Fact is, you cannot decide any of these things what you are, because they are not you. Even though the body of the child has been given up now, you can never bring it back. The body of the youthful body that you have also will be given up in old age, and it will never be brought back. Still, through all of those bodies, you remain constant. Child's body also you are there, youthful body also you are there, in the old body also you will be there. But the body has changed. You cannot bring back the child's body, the baby's body anymore, which you at one point of time occupied. So we are all tenants in this body. So, but under illusion, what we are thinking? We think, I am this body. I am this child. I am a young man. I am a young woman. I am an old man. I am an old woman. All this is actually illusion. And this is the first illusion that Krishna breaks in the Bhagavad-gita. And Krishna doesn't stop there. He further breaks one more illusion with this example. Krishna says, Tatha dehantara praptihi. If you extrapolate the same logic, that you may give up a baby's body and take on a child's body, but you will not cease to exist. That baby's body is gone forever. You give up the child body and take up a young person's body, the child body is finished, gone, but you will continue to exist. The youthful body is gone, you have taken an old person's body, the youthful body is destroyed, but you continue to exist. So Krishna says, the same logic if you extrapolate, at the time of death, the current body you are occupying will get destroyed, but you will continue to exist. This is another illusion all of us are in. First illusion is I am the body. Second illusion is at the time of death, everything is finished. Body is finished, I am finished. This is the second illusion that Krishna breaks. So, Krishna comes here to break our illusion, and when we come to the temple, when we see the deity form of the Lord, gradually, and we chant Krishna's holy name, we hear the Bhagavad-gita, which are the instructions given by Krishna, the words of Krishna. What is the result we have to achieve? This illusion has to get broken completely. And we have to situate ourselves in the truth, which is that I am a spirit soul, eternal spirit soul. I am a servant of Krishna, and I have a residence, permanent residence in the spiritual world. So these are all the things that Krishna achieves when Krishna goes out, when Krishna comes down personally, when Krishna comes and descends as the Archa Vigraha in the deity form, when Krishna speaks the Bhagavad-gita to Arjuna. What is Krishna doing? By all these activities, Krishna's intention is to break our illusion that I am the body, and when I die, everything is finished, I will also die. No, you don't die, you are not the body. Krishna's intention is to break our illusion and to revive our original identity of being His servant, His devotee, and to take us back to that supreme abode, Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna permanently resides with His devotees. So, this is a wonderful opportunity to remember all these, the purposes for which these kind of festivals we celebrate, and for the Lord, we are building a wonderful temple here. This is an opportunity for all of us to participate in building an alaya for the temple, for alaya for the Lord Krishna, so that more and more people get this opportunity. All of you have benefited from this temple, from this Shobha Yatra that we are conducting. So more and more people should get this opportunity, and for that we are building a temple. So all of you can participate in whatever way possible with your kaya, manasa, vacha, whatever abilities you have. In every possible way you can contribute to the building of the temple and assist the Lord in His mission to liberate all the conditioned souls. So with these few words, I will stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.